This is House Democrats on the Oversight Committee are denying the GOP's motion to subpoena Hunter Biden. Joining me right now is Kentucky Congressman James Comer. He's the ranking member of the Oversight Committee. Congressman, you say if Republicans win back the House in November, it will be a top priority to hold Hunter Biden accountable. Tell us more.
Well, Hunter Biden's a national security threat. I think the whole world is seeing that now. Republicans and many on Fox News have been saying that for a long time, but the more that comes out with respect to the emails from his laptop, now we have bank records between Hunter and Joe Biden's brother, James Biden, where there were over 150 suspicious activity reports filed against some of their bank accounts. Nothing good is coming out of Hunter Biden. He is a national security threat, and we believe he's influenced a lot of the bad policies that Joe Biden has implemented, from energy policy to foreign policy to national security. Hunter Biden has an influence on his father's administration, and the American people deserve answers, and Republicans are not going to let up until we get answers from Hunter Biden.
Well, one thing that I've been saying is this is not a Hunter Biden story. This is a Joe Biden story. He's selling influence of his father, sure, selling meetings. What can you tell us in terms of the amount of money the Biden family has taken in? Because I know that there are different numbers based on who's documented what. Ron Johnson has been on in the past telling me he has documents of $13 million. Peter Schweitzer says the Biden family has taken $31 million from the Chinese Communist Party officials. What do you know?
It's over $20 million if you count all the retainers.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, the money. And it wasn't just lump sum. This was cash flow. They were getting retainers from foreign nationals in Ukraine, Russia, China. And then, of course, you had the deal that we wanted to talk to Hunter Biden about last week, the Congo mine with cobalt that he orchestrated and brokered the deal in 2016 at the end of the Obama-Biden administration between an American company and a Chinese company. So at the same time that Joe Biden's trying to convert everyone in the United States from fossil fuel to electric vehicles, we've put China in a stronger competitive advantage over the United States in the battery market because of the rare earth minerals. And Hunter Biden was front and center in that. So, again, the policies that Joe Biden pushing that are having such a detrimental effect on everyday working Americans can be traced back to questionable business dealings with his son, Hunter. That's why Republicans want to have Hunter Biden to answer questions, and I'm confident that he's going to be held accountable. There are too many federal investigations now on Hunter Biden: money laundering, tax evasion. Now we've got potential bribery. The list just keeps growing, Maria.
Unbelievable. Look, how is anybody supposed to trust the system? I mean, you're talking about the Democrats pushing the electric vehicles. Nancy Pelosi and her husband have been buying Tesla stock. And that's okay? She's buying Tesla stock while she oversees a change to electric vehicles? What? Really?
And remember, they're still wanting to push tax credits for electric vehicles when people like Elon Musk are saying, you know what, we don't need it. The market's there. Just government, get out of the way. But the Democrats, they can't comprehend that, or they're getting financial advantages from that through stock ownership. You know, we talk about members of Congress trading stock. Nobody trades more stock than Nancy Pelosi. Nobody owns more stock than Nancy Pelosi. In fact, she probably, with her husband, owned as much or more stocks than the whole Republican conference combined.
This is extraordinary, Congressman. I mean, it is absolutely extraordinary. And I want to get your take on the border. But before I move to that subject, do you believe all of this money that the Biden family has taken in has dictated Joe Biden's decisions on what to send Ukraine during this war, decisions on what to do for China as the CCP steals intellectual property, the administration canceled the China initiative, decisions on Russia after Hunter Biden received the diamond from the Chinese and a $3.5 million check from the former mayor of Moscow's wife?
There's no question that Hunter's shady dealings have impacted Joe Biden's decision-making. I'll give you two examples. Number one of the oligarchs in Russia that Hunter Biden received money from, they just didn't have, just by coincidence, I'm sure, Maria, they weren't on the list of initial people of the oligarchs who were sanctioned by the Biden administration in Russia. This one just happened to be left out. And then number two, in China, I mean, if you look at why won't Joe Biden hold China accountable for anything? They didn't even try to investigate China for the origination of COVID-19 from the very onset. And we've published emails now between Fauci and Collins. They tried, and the Democrats in Washington have covered up with Fauci and Collins every attempt by Republicans to investigate the origination of COVID-19 in that Wuhan lab. Why? This isn't a partisan investigation. We're not accusing the Democrats of starting COVID-19 in Wuhan lab. We're accusing the Chinese. But for whatever reason, Joe Biden doesn't want to try to hold China accountable. They don't even want to talk about it. They want to just move on. It's over. Let's move on. It costs the American people trillions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of lives. No story here. Leave China alone.
Wow. All right, Congressman, you're going to get the majority in November, likely. We will be waiting to see what this investigation looks like and whether or not you'll be able to subpoena Hunter Biden. Thanks very much for walking us through all of this. Yeah, go ahead. Final word.
Hey, we're going to make every effort to subpoena Hunter Biden, so hopefully he can be there. My fear, Maria, is he's going to get indicted before we ever get a chance to have him in January. The evidence against him is overwhelming. The Department of Justice is going to have to do something. And then, of course, the U.S. attorney in Delaware is all over his tax evasion, finding out these bank records now and seeing all the suspicious activity reports that were filed on his and Joe Biden's brother's bank accounts. And it's just a matter of time.
Extraordinary. Congressman, thank you very much for being here this morning. We so appreciate it. We'll be watching your work for sure. We'll be right back.